Oh, right on, man. Glad we got these bucket things set up. Oh, yeah, you caught me at the right time.
The world's most expensive stadium. State-of-the-art SoFi here in Inglewood, California. Two of the NFL's best starts challenging each other here. Off we go in a Week 4 showdown. Returning it from the 4. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Plowing up the middle. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid game, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Lone back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff. Pickup of 12 on that play. And it brings up an LA first down.
You know, coach gets in that QB's headset, probably told his offense and his QB, listen, I don't want to see a 3rd down on this possession. Or something kind of like that. Whatever version he told him, it worked.
All right, set now, 1st and 10. Lone back gets the handoff. And he has enough room to gain about 4.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game. Right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage. B, it sets up your play action. And C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
2nd and 6 coming up here. He finds McConkey. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. Big gain, 14 on the play. And the Chargers will have a first.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
Lone back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And he's charged towards the line. That's right around 3 yards.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. He got 5, and now it's going to be 3rd down and 3.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you can be a Pro Bowler.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Herbert from the gun. He's got time here. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down.
All right, first sack on the board on the first drive as a defense. And now, well, now we let the chess match begin. The adjustments begin.
Let the chess match begin, he said.
Sacks in this league often leads to wins.
Butker knocks it through. And the opening drive of the game ends.
That was a good stance right there. slowed your ass down a little bit.
That is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Right up the gut. Makes a cut to the right sideline. And they can't chop to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. He finds 37 yards on the play to move those chains.
Those unsung heroes, those big guys up front on the O-line, well, let's give them a little love right here, Kate. They don't always get the attention they deserve on the broadcast, but let me tell you, they played a huge role in that big old run.
So the complexion of this drive has changed dramatically now. New set of downs inside the 35. First down, and they go right back to it. And tough sledding for him. Only room to get it to the 30. 3 yards on the 1st down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Second down now, 7 to go. They give it to him again. And he's able to push forward to the 25. Give him 5 yards to bring up a manageable 3rd and 1.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
3rd down, 1 yard to go. Nicks off the play action. That's caught for the 1st. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
They've set themselves up well for an opening drive touchdown here, Brock. It's 1st and goal. They'll try and punch it in. And he's going to advance them down to the 4-yard line.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
Still chances to get these final 4 yards. It's 2nd and goal. He gets another shot here. And he gets in. Touchdown. The Broncos pull ahead 6-3 in the 1st. No doubt about that one, Brock. They softened that defense up with that lengthy opening series. And then the front just couldn't stand up to the run as they reached the end zone.
Yeah, the numbers tell you, kind of just like baseball, you love home runs, you love explosive plays, but when you can play small ball and you can keep that defense gasping on the field, you can often run it right down their throats in the red zone.
That was a good drive. That was a good drive right there.
And the Broncos won up the opposing field goal. They start with
He's got a hell of a running game too, man, so it's going to be battle of the backs.
The kicking unit on now for the Broncos, and they're ready to send it away. This one's fielded at the 40-yard line. He's got a lane up past the 30. And this will give them decent field position. The return gets out to the 30. First and 10 now from the 30. Now a give left side. And they limit this to a minimal gain to around the 34. Give them a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
You know, kid, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
2nd down now, 7 to go. From the 34. This throw finds Marvin Harrison Jr. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Here's the handoff. What a hit! He gets flattened to the ground. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10. It's the end of the first in this AFC West showdown. 7-3 is our score. We're back to SoFi right after this. We're back and all set for the 2nd quarter. Charger football. They still have 10 to go here. It's 2nd down. Shotgun snap to Herbert. Gets this to McConkey. And he gets down to the 24 before he stopped. They gain 14 on the play. And it brings up an LA first down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. They wanted them in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
All set up now for 1st and 10. On the play fake, it's Herbert. In disaster averted, he knocks away the deep ball, incomplete.
Well, QB put it pretty close to the sideline to begin with, and the defender, look at him, just put his little hand right out there and just encouraged it to fall out of bounds.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. He's got Harrison. And he's brought down. They're going to mark him at the 14. They get an even 10 on that play. And the Chargers will have a first.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
They have themselves another 1st and 10. It's Herbert once more. Completed to his running back. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he gets into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. The Chargers take a 2nd quarter lead. Evan McPherson on to try the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Chargers push their lead to 3. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Off to the back. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Caleb Farley arranging over for that stop. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine. And that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost. And he busts those tackles.
And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line. That one ends up a gain of 6. And that'll be good for a Denver first.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next 3rd down coming.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. Another carry for him. And they'll bring him down after a pretty short gain. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those types of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Out of the gun, it's Nix. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. So now it's going to be 3rd and long. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour. And there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
On 3rd down, here's Nix. Short pass caught by his tight end. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And the Broncos will have a 1st down.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity. And man, did he make an impact play.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. On first down, they'll run. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. To the well again. And he's brought down for a loss. We're at the 2-minute warning now from SoFi. The Broncos pushing for points. Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Nix from the gun. And that play is brought to a halt, so they're going to say at the 5-yard line. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
Four downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Give now to the running back. Is in. It's a Denver touchdown. The Broncos get some late points and the lead. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
That one right down the middle. And the Broncos take a 4-point lead. The kicking unit on now for the Broncos, and they're ready to send it away. Has this at the 6. Returns looking good so far. And they'll start this drive in good position, a little shy of the 40. So the Chargers start off with good field position as they get ready for 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And the middle holds. They don't get anything on the run. No progress on 1st down, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10.
As that linebacker makes that tackle right in the middle of the field, all I'm thinking about right now, Kate's training camp. Because that's a middle drill right there. That is textbook. What you do in training camp, coming to life when it matters.
Second and 10 now. And he works this to the 38 before going down. Timeout called by the Chargers. They're first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
I'm sure, Coach, the play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
New set of downs for him at the 38. Throwing on first is Herbert. Hits his running back. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25. It's a gain of 12 there. And it brings up an LA first down.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
This time they're going to get there, and they drop him. LA uses a timeout here. It's second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half.
And look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and cleared. That's part of this game. You got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do get home that side.
And that's going to be incomplete. Still time for a couple of plays, though. 15 seconds left. Just couldn't get it to Marvin Harrison Jr. there. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
Defensive coaches in the NFL say it all the time. Limit the big play. Keep these guys in front of you. Well, this defense is going to have to stay vigilant because this receiver, he can take the lid off a defense at any time.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Working from the gun here, it's Herbert. He's on the move. And he slides down with enough to pick up that first. That one goes for 25 yards. And the Chargers will have a first. Now just before the break, a timeout taken by the offense. And they can try for some points going into the break. Only time left for one more snap, Brock, so they're going to run out their field goal unit. He's hit once already. This is a short one, inside of 30 yards. Butker knocks it through. And that cuts the lead back down to a lower point. So we finished 2 quarters. A couple more to come after this short break. More of the NFL on EA Sports after this. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the 3rd quarter. Here's McPherson on to handle the kickoff. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Here's a give up the middle. He cuts it to the right sideline. They got 24 yards on the play. And that'll be good for a Denver first.
No frills, nothing fancy. That was just a good old offensive line dominated in the trenches. And that sprung them to get to the second level and beyond.
One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Throwing on first down, Nix. All the left side. And this one doesn't go far.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, just find a way to get him the ball.
Second down now, 7 to go. Plowing up the middle. And they take him down right along the 30. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
You spring a big game like that, Kate, on the interior, 9 times out of 10, that O-line decisively won their matchup with the big fellas up front. They got those pads down. They created leverage, and they opened up that running lane.
First and 10 now from the 30. Back-to-back carries here. And he's short of the first after a mile gain. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up your play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Nick's looking to throw. Complete out to the right side. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Trying the handoff. And they'll surrender just a lone yard. That brings up 2nd down.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
So from the 3, here's 2nd and goal. Going ground game again here. And he runs it across. Touchdown! The Broncos grow the lead coming out of halftime. Well, Brock, you know this better than most.
Ooh, we got that ball off just in time. We hiked it just in time. I didn't even pick the right play. I had an audible.
Yeah, I'd rather go hockey and soccer.
Wow.
That's just the positive guy in me. They call that a hat trick. It's worth celebrating. And yeah, they should celebrate this effort.
Now they'll try to knock the extra point through. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Broncos grow their lead to 8.
And we're throwing the ball well, too. You know what I mean? So, like, when I have to throw it, I'm connected. He's already had me on 3rd and 8. I converted. So, it's a tough game, though, man. He has a good offense. Moving the ball well.
Returning it from the 4. And pretty solid field position.
Good job, Big G.
He's tackled at the 29.
Ooh.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. From the pistol, it's Herbert. Finds him on the crossing route. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. It's a pickup of 26. And it brings up an LA 1st down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Blown back in the backfield, and he gets the handoff.
Holding.
They bring him down. Let's check the penalty flag. So now, partner, got to reevaluate what to do on this next snap because the holding call pushes him back quite a ways. To throw, Herbert. He's got a man left. And they make the tackle at the 38.
You know, they really love that drag route because he's one of those guys that can count on not only to make the catch, but create after the catch. If they don't close on him quickly, he can add a lot of yards.
That was too easy. That was too fucking easy to get all those yards back.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. From the 38. Escapes the pocket. And he's brought down at the line.
What an excellent job there by the defense. Once he gets out on the move to be able to corral and contain him and not give up any yards. So often a unit can't keep that
go
contained
wide.
play like that. Will go for a big gain.
He's going 4 wide. He wants to spread the field.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. They send the tight end in motion. On 3rd and 2, Herbert.
Oh, what happened? What happened?
And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it.
Yep.
A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. Following the flag, it's 3rd and 7. Now Herbert to throw. Excellent. And down he goes. The Broncos got there. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
Terrific zone coverage. Wallpaper sideline to sideline. QB's got 2 options. Wait for a hole to open or tuck it to run. He chose the former, but the pass rush showed up before any throwing lane did.
That was a hell of a defense.
Here's J.K. Scott on to punt it away for the Chargers. He punted a couple of times last week in their loss, and now gets this one away. And he can't evade the coverage team for much. They stop him before he gets really anything on that return. That one in the books is a 48-yard punt. And the Broncos get set to take over. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. That'll begin with a quick completion to the right side. And he's able to get across the 25 before stepping out.
I know I can sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
Handoff on second and short. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. That's the end of the third on Sunday night. It's the Broncos with the ball, trying to close out what would currently be a win. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. First down, and they go right back to it. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Offense to the line for second down. Shotgun snap to Nix. He just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up.
What's up, Ken John Bill? Yeah, I'm just trying to have fun. That's all I can do, man.
He wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate.
I don't ever take it too serious.
Getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
That was good defense right there. That was good defense on his end.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Putting a receiver in motion. To the air, third and long.
Oh, he undercut my route.
That one firmly denied by the man in coverage.
Fuck.
And that brings up fourth and long. Here comes the Broncos punting unit. And he's hoping for good results on his first look of the night. Collects this at the 32. And he's going to get a modest amount on that return before he ends up out of bounds.
Bad kick.
Nice kick there. It's a punt of 53 yards. And the Chargers take possession. First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. They'll run here from the gun. And this is a nice gain that stopped at the 47. Good rip on first down. That brings up second and 2.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And his short game gets them a new set of downs.
Hey, Kate, you want to see a picture in the football dictionary of staying on schedule? That was it.
First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Herbert from the gun. Trying to get away from the pressure, but he can't. the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Final quarter, this quarterback's just feeling the need to do a little extra, try to make something happen outside the pocket. But the problem, defense wouldn't let them. They have that same kind of urgency. They want to make some plays of their own before they hit the showers, and they got one right there with that sack.
Trying again following the sack. Launches one deep downfield.
Come on, take it.
Deep shot, nicely done.
That was a pick button.
I don't fault the look downfield at all. I mean, that's just a situation there where it's a better defensive play than the offense executing.
No connection on the last play, and now it's third down. They kick the running back in motion. On third down, Herbert. He's trying another one deep. This is inside the 15.
Bitch, bud. That was whack, bud. That was whack as fuck. Whatever he did, he glitched out the defense and left that shit wide open. That was sorry.
Sometimes you just gotta ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yeah.
When you run that,
that's why with guys like him, you got to run base defense every once in a while. Not all the time. You got to run it every once in a while, man.
Quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
Crucial moment of the game here as the Chargers try for two.
Hey, Kaplan.
Herbert's going to look to throw for this. And someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Through the defense he goes. Room to burn. Reaches the 40. Into the red zone.
Oh!
As he takes the 50 entire way back.
That's what you get for glitching that fucking defense out. It's like, no, I'm playing, man. I'm playing. We play good all the time, bro. You and I always got good games.
No, I don't think it's the first thing on the audience mind as they get ready to run it, but it's definitely on the defense.
Fucking Browning still has some magic in him. Wow, I've been subbing him in and out during the games throughout the season, putting the young guys in. And he makes a fucking play, dude. All the way down the field. Pick two.
We've got a good one here. They've cut the lead to 4 as they send it away. Return coming from the 6. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Man in motion here. They'll run here on 1st down. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. 1st down play nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
A humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. From the 34. They're going to get to him, and what a shot.
That's fucked up. That's fucked up. Mean defense.
Pretty important PAT here, Brock, to make it a field goal game. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Chargers push their lead to 3.
That was an impressive play.
Still reeling a little after fumbling that away, but they're going to get it right back with this kickoff. Has this at the 6. He stopped on the return at the 27. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Here's a handoff up the gut. Oh, he gets clobbered behind the line.
You know, for pitchers, you hear them say, gosh, you got to pitch this guy backwards. For defenses, you got to do the same at times, Kate. You just can't always run it on first. You got to mix in some high-percentage pass plays. Otherwise, you're going to get hit right in the face for a loss just like that.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now. Has him on the quick hitter. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Here's the handoff. And he'll scurry forward for a pickup of 3.
Ooh, broken hand. Oh.
Traffic up the middle right there.
Oh.
He ran right into some gridlock, and he could only manage a few yards at most.
Second down now, 7 to go. From the 48. Oh, man, it's Marvin Mims. All the way, touchdown, Denver. The Broncos take a 4th quarter lead. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period. End of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
A chance to take their lead beyond a field goal on this point after. The point after splits the uprights. And the Broncos take a 4-point lead.
Shoulder strain will return soon. We'll keep him just because we're already going to be on the sideline. Defense is up.
The kicking unit on now for the Broncos, and they're ready to send it away. Return coming from the 6.
We've been doing pretty good. He just had that huge turnover for points, man. We have been doing pretty good on defense, so let's keep at it.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Right up the gut.
Good
He
job.
found some running room for a nice gain. Good run, gets him 7. That brings up 2nd and 3.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
2nd and 3 now. A play fake. Now Herbert to throw. Completed to his running back. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12. New set of downs for him from the 46. Here's the one back on the handoff. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
These stops, they don't always make the end-of-game highlight reels, but they absolutely should. The coaches and players know it. Offenses are always counting on yards on that type of run. And anytime it results in a loss, it could be a potential drive killer.
All right, here we go. Second down. Back to throw. And will he? No, he's not going to escape. They take him down on a pivotal play late in this ball game. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
Kate, I've seen a one-step drop. I've seen a 3, a 5, a 7. Some of the boots and play actions get more depth, but a 20-step drop? That's not going to cut it. Except for this defense, it just adds a whole bunch of negative yards to that play.
Forced out to his right. A bit of desperation on his feet.
Oh, we got the fucking game. Oh, yeah, baby. He got me off user. We were able to get him out of his fucking comfort zone. That was awesome. That was fucking awesome. Look at him. Look at him. He's stunned that he got the ball.
Gotta think that in part led to the turnover.
Yeah, Captain Fundamental because I couldn't run. Kind of like Tom Brady, right? But he's the essence of it. He's the GOAT. Why? Because he sets his feet. He's so fundamentally sound. The chance of interception is so much higher when your fundamentals are no good.
It's okay, partner. It's gonna be okay. Hand down to the back. And he works his way for a gain of 4. Timeout called by the Chargers. They're first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a first down.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. Toward the sideline, and he's got it. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. You don't get too many plays of that size in a game, and that flag takes away one of them. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down.
I don't know what to pick, honestly.
Running it after the penalty. And not a lot of room for him as he's brought down. Timeout taken by the defense. They're second. And they'll have just one left to burn now. So a tough spot now. This is 3rd and 9. Running back sent in motion. Back to throw it. Brought in right side. And he's stopped. Now we'll wait to hear what this flag is all about. So they'll let the play stand, decline the penalty, and that's going to bring up 4th down.
All right. We got a fucking punt.
They'll send out the punting unit. And he'll try to have his 2nd punt top his 1st one. Nice punt here, up and angled towards the sideline. And he can't hurt you in the return if you just kick it out of bounds, right? This one flies out right around the 15-yard line. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Setting up to pass. And they got there in time. He's taken down. The Chargers call a timeout. That's their last one. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least.
Kate, if the word safety was used, and it's not a lot in NFL locker rooms, but if it was at halftime, it was about safe throws, good decisions, consistent plays. It was not about a safety to begin this second half, and that's what we nearly saw. Not the kind of start this offense won. It's got to overcome a bit of adversity.
Try and push it deep downfield.
That was nearly a fucking completion.
Marvin Harrison Jr., the intended target. And that's going to leave him with a tough 3rd and long.
You know, that was almost a nice chunk play before he was able to recover and provide the hit that dislodges the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays deep.
Defense with an excellent opportunity at a stop here on 3rd down. Throwing now. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped.
Oh, you got one more play.
Seconds left on the clock.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
One final shot here. Flush down it, and they get to him way behind the line on this one and take him down. So it's a
Tough
win
game.
for the Broncos.
Tough game.
And there was no easing up. It took some white knuckling until the very end, but their defense carried that small lead through to the finish line as they escape with the victory. So that puts a bow on this one. For my partner Brock Heward and everyone involved on our crew, I'm Kate Scott signing off. This has been another presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Broncos are winners as we say goodbye from Los Angeles.
Yeah, we didn't have to throw the ball very much, guys. I was pounding the rock. We were very successful running the rock. Got a nice play right there. Nine completions out of 12 attempts, 173 yards, 1 touchdown, 75% completion percentage. Frank with 141 yards, 23 carries, 3 touchdowns. All the first half, bud. We dominated the first half. Second half, we had to fight through it a little bit more. Harrison, 100-yard game, 114 yards at the touchdown. Yeah, dang it. We locked him up. We pretty much, we know each other's scheme, man, so we play pretty well against each other now. Slater gave up 3 sacks. Damn. Wow. 5. God. 7 sacks, dude. Baker got a sack. Schwenkel got a sack. Hamilton got a sack. Browning got 2 sacks. Browning is fucking playing really good. He got a 2-point conversion, too. He got himself a INT. Bartel got a sack. Damn, everybody got a sack, dude. Oh, no. Is that right? Yeah, Bartel. Yeah, he got a sack. Newberry got half a sack. Jordan Davis got half a sack. Yeah, they got my ass. They got a forced fumble out of that shit, too. Yeah, right there. Forced fumble all the way to your right. Damn. That forced fumble turned into a touchdown. I think he picked it up and got it in for a touchdown. I don't know. He did. Forced fumble, fumble recovery, fumble yards, 20, and a touchdown. Wow, Newberry. Impressive. All right, that's a wrap.